Alrighty, let's go ahead and type in the chat. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Greetings, gamer guys and gals, and welcome to the stream. We are doing The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. Perhaps. I mean, I would dare say Breath of the Wild is my favorite Zelda game of all time, but The Legend of Zelda is the most iconic for me, and is my second favorite, at least among consoles, because I had this like weird like triangle, triforce, if you will, of Legend of Zelda games that I absolutely adore. That's Breath of the Wild, that's A Link Between Worlds, and that's A Link to the Past. It's pretty obvious the reason why A Link Between Worlds is on there. It's basically a remake of A Link to the Past, but modern and with a lot of really cool features. That is a game I would love to stream if I could ever find a way to have a capture card for my 3DS. That would be awesome because I am a huge fan of it. So going through here, we're just like watching the whole cutscene of why A Link to the Past exists. So according to what we know, and according to the timeline of the Legend of Zelda series, Zelda 1, 2, and 3 are all taking place in the apocalyptic timeline, like the end of the world timeline where everything has just gone to crap. And Ganon is a beast form. So that's pretty intriguing. Hello and welcome. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and let this cutscene run as I talk a little bit of a preamble to the stream, because this is going to be quite a long session. Not today particularly. I'm gonna have multiple parts to this, and I plan on finishing A Link to the Past before I get to any other stream. So that's my desire, is sort of to make kind of like a live Let's Play of this. It's not really going to be a Let's Play, and I can't guarantee you it's going to be smooth. Not to say that this is exactly a hard game. It's more or less like there are just a couple of parts of this game that I always seem to get stuck on. Alright, so let's see. Of course, we are going to be going with... Let's see. Oh, we can do lowercase. We're going to be going with Zeake. Our character is Link, and he is a man. Help me. Please help me. I am a prisoner in the dungeon of the castle. My name is Zelda. Yeah, I fixed most of the volume issue on my OBS. So I've seen like issues about volume with some of my Let's Play videos over the time, and I couldn't necessarily figure out exactly what was the matter or what I was doing wrong. It's just stupid old me. I'm really new to this. But when it comes to my AverMedia capture card, something I'm probably not going to be streaming or recording with for quite a while until I figure it out. I have no idea how to fix that. So when I was doing the Pokemon Sword and Shield stream, it was taking my voice from my computer's microphone instead of my headset, which is abysmal. I don't understand why that was going on. Yeah, but The Legend of Zelda is one of my favorite series of all time. And this is one of my 3 favorite games of all time. in that series. The wizard Aganim has done something to the other missing girls. Now only I remain. Aganim has seized control of the castle and is now trying to open the 7 wise men's seal. I am in the dungeon of the castle. Please help me. Zeake, I'm going out for a while. I'll be back by morning. Don't leave the house. Alright, so basically, the beginning of this game, you start off pretty darn powerless. You got the lamp. Now you can light torches and see your way in darkness. You can actually play the whole game without the lamp, which is really and truly funny. I've watched people play randomizers of this game and beat it without the lamp, which is like, I don't even understand how they do that. Like, you have to be so well averse to this game. I've beaten this game dozens of times. Pretty much, I would say on average, it's like once every 2 years. It's not exactly that because I haven't played it in a few years, but on average, that's basically what my play amounts have come to. This is actually working very surprisingly well for the fact that I'm using an analog stick for this, for the movement. I enjoy it thoroughly. Hey, you're not allowed in the castle, son. Go home and get some sleep. Alright, so before the guards turn evil, he seems like he's an okay guy. Yeah, I want to switch OLED. I don't know where that comes into play here, but I agree. The Switch OLED currently is like the best console there is right now. There's probably a lot of people who would not agree with that, but there is a multitude of reasons. Like, I could make a whole video or series of videos as to why Sony and Microsoft are just not the bee's knees. In fact, they're not even the ankles cankles. Help me! I am in the dungeon of the castle. I know there is a hidden path from outside of the castle to the garden inside. Yes, we're going to be finding that hidden path. I love this about this game, that there's all kinds of hidden stuff. I mean, of course, once you know about it, it's not hidden anymore, but first time you play the game, it's going to be hidden. I actually want to do some blind playthroughs of games just because of that, including a couple of Fire Emblem games that I have always loved but never finished. We'll get to that sooner or later. I can't exactly push this wall out of my way. Let's push the wall. Oh, Zeake, I didn't want you involved in this. I told you not to leave the house. Take my sword and shield and listen. You can focus power in the blade. Hold the B button. Then release it using the secret technique handed down by our people. Zeake, you can do it. Save the princess. Zelda is your... Alright, so we get the sword and shield from our uncle. Yeah, level 168 Pokemon, you say. Unfortunately, the grass patches in this game you can't actually walk through. You have to cut down or whatever. Alright, so... some magic. Magic's always good. And some money is always good, too. 5 rupees. I do want to say there's a way to increase the amount your wallet can hold in this game, but I can't. There is so much about this game I don't at all recall. And we open the door. I love the theme song in the castle. Yep, give me my heart back. Alrighty. So, I think there's nothing we can gain here item-wise except for the fact that we can go find ourselves back here behind the throne. Is it to the right? that's the map. Oh, I'm very stupid. I have to go to the dungeon first. Very stupid. Yeah, I have to go to the dungeon first, and then you gain access to the sanctuary. Alright, so... by the way, if you didn't know, pots are overpowered weapons in this game. Go figure. Alright. No rupees in there. We like our rupees, though. Alright. Down to the dungeon we go. And we get the map. You can use it to see your current position and the rest of the dungeon. Press X. Let's see. Yeah, so we have quite a few areas we could still go. I honestly want to say there is nothing to be gained in this dungeon outside of the boomerang, but that's in the basement area. So, basically where we are. One of my favorite things to do in this entire game, knock soldiers off ledges. Well, considering that pots are basically just, they're clay pots. They can't possibly be that heavy. But you never know. You just never know. Alright, so we're being like stealth mode right now. And then you have to defeat this enemy to open up these doors. We have to defeat that enemy. You got the boomerang. Give it a try. To select an item, press the start button. Yep, so the Y button is how you throw or use your items. Gosh, it's been a long time since I played this game. I want to say it's probably even been longer than 3 or 4 years. I used to beat it pretty much every year. Just about. Since I was little. This was one of those games that I watched my dad beat, and he beat it quite handily. Yeah, so this guy, he's really easy to beat. In fact, there's actually a really easy way to trivialize him. That is, throw pots at him. The game gives you 3 of them. I'm pretty sure it only takes 3 hits of the pots to kill him. So he's like the first... Well, I just missed. He's like the first mini-boss in the game, I guess you could call him. The lovely sound of low hearts in this game. Or I should say, not so lovely sound, because I'm not a big fan of it. You got the big key. This is the master key of the dungeon. It can open many locks that small keys cannot. Of course, we want the money before we want the princess. Yeah, not really. It's not a remaster. A Link Between Worlds is a total remake. as in like it has new bosses, new themes, new dungeons, new ideas, new weapons, items, all kinds of stuff. And it's an awesome game. But it's not really a remaster. So you're right. It is an HD remake on the 3DS, but don't go into it thinking that you have like A Link to the Past just HD. That's not what it is. Thank you, Zeake. I had a feeling you were getting close. Zeake, listen carefully. The wizard is magically controlling all the soldiers in the castle. I feel the worst for my father. The wizard is an inhuman fiend with strong magical powers. Do you understand? I find this is so funny. I actually really enjoy this about this game is that a lot of the times that you'll have like text conversations with these characters, after they tell you something that's important, they'll ask you, do you understand? If you say not at all, they just repeat the exact same thing that they said. It's not going to help you if you don't understand it. All right, let's get out of here before the wizard notices. I know a secret path, but first, we have to go to the first floor. Let's go. And now we get our beautiful, lovely theme back. This is Zelda, and she cannot die. There's actually a reason why that is. She's coded not to take any damage whatsoever, and the reason for that is actually due to a later mechanic in the game. So, in all technicality, you're not really in need of protecting her. But we're going to do so anyway. Why? Because we are white knights. Oh, we need health. All right, so this is actually, I believe, the shortcut. Yeah, in this game you have infinite lives, so it's not like it truly matters. Gone you go. Aw, no heart. We have half a heart left, which is unfortunate because that means we're probably gonna die. We can save the game, but actually I don't know what that would do. This pot up here should have hearts. Most of the early game pots and stuff like that have hearts in them instead of stuff like cash. We don't really care about rupees right now, because even though we are going to need them in a later point in this game, it's not very necessary that we have, like, tons of hearts. Or tons of rupees, sorry. Oh yeah, I've seen that glitch. I've actually seen runs where people are speed running the game, and they definitely do that on Minish Cap, where they have Zelda permanently follow. That's really cool, and I love glitches like that necessarily because they're not like game breaking. Like for instance, there's a way that you can have Bow Wow, and this isn't really a glitch per se, but you can have Bow Wow follow you throughout the entirety of what is it? Oh, A Link's Awakening. There we go. A Link's Awakening. And Bow Wow is that dog that looks like a ball, and it literally can one-shot just about anything, and you can have it follow you forever. It is awesome. Like, truly awesome. The reason why that soldier was up there guarding the way is because there's actually I think there's a heart piece right here on the other side. I know where most of the heart pieces are in this game, but I cannot say that I know where they all are. That is definitely something that I would not mind, especially if I had a bigger chat, but would not mind help with at a later date. We shall see. Part of the fun about streaming is that you're basically playing together with your chat. It's one of the reasons why I would love it if my channel were to get bigger and were to get more noticed, because I would love to have like a community of wholesome gamers who just want wholesome games, who don't want any fluff, who don't want any politics or ridiculousness or stupidity in their games. They just want a good time, and we can all have this good time together. That's what I'm trying to offer with my channel. I'm trying to offer a means by which people can get into games without worrying about whether or not you're going to be pumped full of a game's political viewpoints. Now, I've already stated many of my viewpoints, and if you look into my about or into any of the descriptions of any of my videos, at least more recently, you will see my views. My views are pretty straightforward, and I don't hide my views. I am a Christian gamer, and I am very anti-evil and the way the world is today. But the fact of the matter is like, I want that opportunity because I want that for myself. I am on YouTube constantly looking for good channels to watch that don't have cussing, swearing, blaspheming, lewd and lascivious behavior, half-naked chicks as the YouTuber, and then like people supporting this political opinion, this perversion, that perversion, so on and so forth. I don't care for any of it. I want a channel I can watch that has nothing to do with any of that, and it's very hard to find. So personally, that's why I've made my channel, is for that specific purpose. There's a secret passage in the throne room that leads to a sanctuary. I'm sure the old man there will help us. All right. I'm sure he will too. So let's get to it. I don't think there's any more pots over here. I mean, I could go look for other pots because you kind of want all your hearts going into the sanctuary. Some part of the sanctuary is kind of ridiculous. That ornamental shelf should open. Do you have a light? It's pitch dark inside, and you can't see without one. If you're ready, let's go. Help me push it from the left. From the left. And we are open. Magic is useful. Yeah, you have to be really careful of these rats, and then like later on the snakes. They kind of are a bit ridiculous. All right, so oh, perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and keep the boomerang on us. If you ever see those alrighty. Yeah, I actually worked with a coworker a long time ago who she had fur coats that were all worth an insane amount of money. Like, I'm not kidding when I say insane. All right, open this door. After passing through these sewers, we will be very close to Sanctuary. Wouldn't that be the Sanctuary? Let's be careful. All right, the darn rats. Yeah, pretty sure it's just left. One of my favorite Pokemon in all of, and I know this is totally aside from the point, but you brought up Cotton Guard. One of my favorite Pokemon of all time, for the normal type at least. I know I have a lot of different like favorites and specials and whatever, this, that, and the other. But my favorite normal type Pokemon ever is actually Dubwool from Sword and Shield. And I love using him with like body slam, cotton guard, grassy glide, and body press. And he is busted. Like having a +3 upon one use of cotton guard, using it a second time, and then body press using your defense and its modifiers to calculate damage, it is amazing. Let alone the fact that body slam has paralysis and grassy glide is a priority move in in under grassy terrain, which is phenomenal. All right. Oh wow, I did not know the bats died instantaneously to okay, we needed the key. I did not know the bats died instantaneously to me throwing the boomerang. It's actually pretty neat. And as we see here, a bombable wall. We will definitely have to come back here at some point. And up we go. Oh, red rupee. Alright, we gotta pull one of these levers. Sanctuary's just beyond that door. Pull the switch over there. I want to say it's the left lever. Okay, I was very wrong. Yeah, the thing that I don't like about this game and games of its era, especially with Zelda. Now, I'm not saying this as a way to say that Zelda made a mistake in this, because I actually think that it was just normal for this to be a thing. But the heart sounds, when you're at low hearts, don't appreciate it. Like, even slightly, I just don't appreciate it. I don't think most people do. Princess Zelda, you are safe. Is this your doing, Zeake? Yes, it was Zeake who helped me escape from the dungeon. When I was captive, the wizard said, once I have finished with you, the final one, the seal of the wise men will open. Zeake, you must not let the land of Hyrule fall into the wizard's clutches. If he releases the seal of the 7 wise men, evil power will overwhelm this land. Before that happens, before it's too late, destroy the wizard before he destroys all of Hyrule. You can do it. You can. I sense that a mighty evil force guides the wizard's actions and augments his magical power. The only weapon potent enough to defeat the wizard is the legendary Master Sword. It is said that the village elder is a descendant of one of the 7 wise men. Maybe he can tell you more. I will mark his house on your map. But watch your every move. I am certain that the castle soldiers will be looking for you now. I will hide Princess Zelda here. Do not worry. Seek the elder. You understand? Of course we do. Alright, so, first chest in the game that has a heart piece. You found a heart container. Your heart level increased to 4, and we get a full heal. Awesome. Alright, so now that we're in the Sanctuary, I actually wanted to bring up something that I thought was very interesting about the Legend of Zelda series. See, in Zelda 1 and 2, it is very much so not just implied, it is actual. It's actual fact that Link is a warrior for God. Now, we're not talking about ambiguous God, like any old God. We're talking about a warrior for the Lord Jesus Christ. And how we know this is actually due to the fact that in those 2 games, he has access to, like, using the Bible, his sword, he has a cross on his shield, he's basically a crusader, and In one issue of a Nintendo Power, you actually can see Link kneeling before the cross of Jesus Christ, hung on the cross as well, and praying to him. And I personally have pictures of that myself because I have like literal pictures of it on my phone, but I also have like the full encyclopedia, the full art books of the Legend of Zelda series, and it can be found in there too. It's very intriguing. Because of censorship, Zelda from A Link to the Past onward was no longer about the Lord God, but about some fake gods made up for the story. Like, for instance, in this game, we will be in need of the Book of Medora at some point. That was actually originally going to be the Bible. Very intriguing stuff, at least in my opinion. Very intriguing. All right, so we just exited the sanctuary, which is right hither, and we were in the castle right there. All right, so our lovely home is literally right there in the center of the screen. We are going to go all the way over to Kakariko Village. Let's get on to it. The boomerang is a great early game tool. At least the blue boomerang. I mean, the red boomerang is awesome. It's not as good as some of the later game weapons and items. But the blue boomerang is great because of the stun effect. You can just totally trivialize all of these warriors. Alright, so the fortune teller's house is here. All of these soldiers for Ganem. They're all brainwashed soldiers now. Isn't that unfortunate? Who? Oh, it's you, Zeake! What can I do for you, young man? The Elder? No one has seen him since the wizard began collecting victims. What? Master Sword? Well, I don't remember the details exactly, but... Long ago, a prosperous people, known as the Hylia, inhabited this land. Legends tell of many treasures that the Hylia hid throughout their land. The Master Sword, a mighty blade forged against those with evil hearts, is one of them. People say that now it is sleeping deep in the forest. Do you understand the legend? Of course we do. Anyway, look for the Elder. There must be someone in the village who knows where he is. You take care now, Zeake. All right, so let's go around and talk to some villagers, shall we? Hopefully we'll find out some information about where this mystery fellow is. Sahasrara, I'm pretty sure his name is. Very weird name. Yo, Zeake, this house used to be a hideout for a gang of thieves. What was their leader's name? Oh yeah, his name was Blind, and he hated bright light a lot. Alright, so this house, love it. He is foreshadowing something later on in the game that's pretty obvious. Once you get to the point in the game, you can see that he is literally talking about this specific character. I absolutely adore that when games foreshadow in such a way. Alright, so there's a way to get all of these treasure chests in one go. What is it, though? Even if we don't get them all in one go, well, I think we are going to. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to. Awesome. We actually can get bombs very soon because they're not a dungeon item or like a hidden treasure or anything like that. I'll watch them be in here. Okay, no. I was going to say, if I got bombs out of those pots, I'd be kind of upset because I could have just went right back down there and blew that up. So yeah, once I get bombs... You, sir, have you been going through life without one of my hold anything bottles? Well, step right up and make your life complete. I've got one on sale now for the low price of 100 rupees. What do you say? Interested? Yes, I'll take one. Goodbye. Thanks a lot. Now hold it above your head for the whole world to see, okay? It's good for business. All right. This is a magic bottle. You can store an item inside and then use it later. Hey, here is Zeake, the wanted man. Soldiers, anyone, come quickly. Yeah, I don't think that one singular soldier is going to do much here. Let's just be honest. Let's be real with ourselves. So obviously she's not somebody we can trust. You got some bombs. All right. So let's go ahead and grab some items, shall we? Tons of money. This is the reason, like, I literally just made pretty much all my money back. It's the reason why you want to buy the bottle as soon as you possibly can. Like, I said originally that you don't really need to have a lot of money, and you don't at the start, but at least having 100 rupees so that you can buy the bottle is really cool. And not necessarily having to farm for it is great, so picking up as much as you can on the way is a good idea. And that house that I opened up and whatnot will help you a lot for that too. All right, so what's in her house? This crazy lady. I don't think there's anything in here, actually. Except for a cucko. Yep, heart containers. Pieces of hearts. We all love them. Shut up, woman. Alright, so moving on with life. I did not mean to put a bomb there. We only have one bomb left, though. Unfortunate. Unfortunate that I just wasted one. Pretty sure this is the bomb shack. Pretty sure. Yeah, this is the bomb. Well, actually, this is like the item shack. Which is perfect. Yeah, I don't think that smacking the chicken in this game actually causes them to do anything, but later on in the series, the chickens will, like, attack you. And it's humorous, to say the least, but it's not exactly, you know, like, useful. Hi, Zeake. Elder. Are you talking about the grandpa? Okay, but don't tell any of the bad people about this. He's hiding in the palace past the castle. I will mark the spot on your map. Here you are. Alright, so we don't actually need to go through any more of this village, but we're still going to do it, obviously. Oh, Zeake, the rumors say you kidnapped the princess, but I still trust you. Nah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't do anything. Call PETA! Call PETA! No, it doesn't do anything. I think one of these chickens, once you get the magical bag, you can turn human, but I'm not sure on that. Do not quote me. Do not quote me. And I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure that they don't do anything in this game when you attack them. But I will go try them. Alright. Yeah, I don't think it does anything. All right. I can't go out because I'm sick. People say I caught this cold from the evil air that is coming down from the mountain. This is my bug catching net. I'll use it when I'm better, but for now, I'll lend it to you. Perfect. You borrowed the bug catching net. There may be some other things you can catch with it, too. Like fairies, for instance. Gotta have fairies. It's probably the most important thing, in my opinion, that the bottles are used for. Blue potions are good, too. Not necessary, per se. Alright, so you get another bottle here. This is a magic bottle. You can store an item inside and then use it later. So you can basically get 2 bottles pretty much instantaneously, which means you can have 2 fairies on you pretty much instantaneously, which is great. Hi, Zeke. Sorry about my yard. It's a little overgrown. Thanks for visiting. I'm glad to have company to talk to. I will tell you an interesting story. There is a lake swimming with Zoras at the source of the river, but it is hard to find. The treasure of Zora can turn people into fish. I'd love to see that. I think you need, it's either 300 or 500 rupees you need in order for the Zora, for you to obtain the Zora item. Let's see. There's not really much we can do to the south. I want to say there is a little bit left. Well, actually, we'll go ahead and check the map first. So, this little X that marks the spot, that palace is where we can find the village elder. Don't know why exactly he's hiding there. I don't remember if the story tells you the reason why. We will definitely have to check that out. But while we're, working on things, we're just going to make like a southern trip around town and get ourselves to there. Probably visit this little water basin-like area first. We are going to go south. I think we can actually get another piece of the heart right now. As long as we complete the task that you would have here. All right, so this is the village library with ancient texts. And as you can see, there is a book up there, the Book of Medora. That is the book that would have been the Bible had they not censored this game and changed the game, particularly because of stupidity is the best way to put it. Yeah, Zeke, now I'm quarreling with my younger brother. I sealed the door to his room. Not for long. Hey, Zeke, did you come from my older brother's room? Is he still angry? Yes, he is still angry. Yeah, in A Link Between Worlds, if you smack the cuckoos like that, they will attack you. And you'll just die. Most of the newer Zeldas did that. I want to say it was a way to just prevent you from just, like, doing stupid stuff, but it's a video game. Like, it doesn't matter. It's sort of like how Minecraft has this thing where if you kill certain animals now, you don't get anything for it. It just wastes your time and durability. Which is cute, because I know what they're trying to say, but it's not worthwhile. Like, it's a video game, okay? It's a video game. If you're worried about kids having bad impressions and being influenced by the media that they play and do, don't let them play it. I wouldn't give any of my kids any games that would be considered bad on influence. It would be like sitting your kid in front of Call of Duty, a rated mature game, with blood and murder and gore. Like, hello? You are a negligent parent if that's what you do. And unfortunately, there's a lot of them. If you can reach the goal within 15 seconds, we will give you something good. Ready, set, go. I don't remember where the goal is. This try, your time was 0 minutes and 13 seconds. You qualified. Congratulations, I present you with a piece of heart. You found a piece of heart. Awesome, so we were able to do that right away. Yeah. That's a pretty easy game to beat. And it doesn't even cost you anything to do it. So it's pretty darn nice. And then this building here. Pay me 20 rupees and I'll let you open one chest. You can keep what is inside. Yeah, sure, we'll do one chest. Alright, so what should we do? Right, left, or middle? I'm going to go ahead and take a drink for a second. I think we should personally do middle. We got 20 rupees back. You can't open any more chests. The game is over. I think you can just redo this. Since we got our money back, we're actually going to do one more chest. Sure. Let's do right. We're just getting our money back. I know that you can get like 100 rupees. It's not exactly a big deal. Oh, yeah. And there's... Darn it with the bomb usage here. There's, like, nothing wrong with quests in games like Skyward Sword. I actually like them just fine. But some of them are kind of abysmal. To get, like, a piece of heart. And... Again, like, I'm not saying it's bad. I think quests are good for games like this. Just because it adds to... I did not mean to press that, per se. It adds to the replay value of a game, particularly. Yeah, you're not hitting me with your arrows. Dude. Skyward Sword's actually a really fun game, and I like it, but the only problem is that it is nothing in comparison, in my humble opinion, to my top 3 Zeldas. In fact, I would say that there's a good, like... There's like a good half a dozen Zelda games that I can think of that are far and away better than Skyward Sword. And that's not me saying Skyward Sword is bad. Like, again, I think it's actually a good game. Alright, we have to go down south a bit more. It's just not my cup of tea. It's not my favorite Zelda game. There's just too much about it that I just don't really care for. It's way too linear. Most Zelda games give you a lot more ability to do just whatever you please. You got some bombs. Yeah. Awesome. Like Breath of the Wild and Skyward Sword have completely opposite directions. A Link to the Past... Oh, I moved the wrong one. A Link to the Past and A Link Between Worlds are more towards the Breath of the Wild-esque style, where you can do things like out of order. A Link to the Past, way less so than A Link Between Worlds. A Link Between Worlds, you can do pretty much like fully out of order, which is really cool. I actually thoroughly enjoy stuff like that. We're going to grab this piece of heart, and then we're actually going to save and quit real quick. Let's start from Sanctuary. Maybe I should have started from Zeke's house, actually. Yep, that's exactly what I did. Yeah, you can do stuff like that and kind of like cheese the game. And some people might not necessarily like that, but you know what? don't think it really and truly matters. We actually have some bombs, so we're going to go visit Kakariko, and we're also going to visit the dungeon of the wonderful old castle again before we move on, because there are items for us to grab. This is the last bombable place that we can go, is in this house. I do love getting my hearts back. We have exactly 143 rupees. You would have had to redo the whole game if you died. Yeah, I know. I definitely know. I was fully intent on, like, saving and quitting there. Actually, I don't think that you would have to redo the whole game. That might not be the case. And we got a piece of heart. Your heart level increased. We are now at 5 hearts. Yeah, having as much health as possible is pretty much paramount in this game, due to the fact that this game has pretty difficult areas and pretty difficult bosses. I kind of want to, like, start in the dungeons at least 5 hearts. So we're already, you know, pretty well there. Alright, so where do we go next? We're going to be going to the castle. I think what we're actually going to do is, yeah, we're going to go ahead and save and quit. This time we'll start from my home, humble abode. I don't necessarily remember where the fairy caves are, but I would like to find one because we have a bottle. Well, we have 2 bottles, actually. And I would thoroughly enjoy... Yeah, you go ahead and miss me with that. Thoroughly enjoy having 2 fairies. Because having fairies is just such a great and wonderful thing. Yeah, I dodged you all. I'm back here with a little bit more power, a little bit more capability to do what I want to do. Defeat the enemies and all. Yeah, once you stun those enemies, they become a non-issue. That's why the boomerang is so good. Oh wait, what am I doing? It's not this way. Going the wrong way. We actually have to go behind the throne room. There's no bombable walls down in the basement. Alrighty. I love the way this castle looks too. I actually thoroughly love Hyrule Castle in this game. In the upper floors, it's just really cool. Oh, am I not able to get in here? No. Oh, that's really strange. Alright, so there is a way to get down there then. What is the way? Oh, you know what? I believe I know what the way is. From the sanctuary. I would rather have 2 times damage. Now, when you get the golden sword, you have such stupid amounts of damage, it's insane. So you don't necessarily need it, but I still think it's useful. Or I still think it would be greatly useful to have 2 times damage in this game. Alright, so one of these all he had was 1 coin to his name. One of these graves should be a way to fall down there. That's a Poe. I don't even think you can beat those guys yet. Alrighty. Oh, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I might actually have to wait till I have the gloves. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I have to do. Yeah, I need a second person there. Not a big deal. Alright, so... I want to say I need the Zora's mitts, or Zora's flippers, in order to go underneath that bridge there. Because I believe that bridge has the 3rd bottle. I don't think that that's accessible right now. You missed. And you're going to continue missing. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Making mushroom brew I am. Red is the medicine of life, green is the medicine of magic, blue renews both life and magic. Here, taste a sample of the red potion. Yeah, I think the blue potion is actually quite worth it to have a bottle of it, but I'm saving up for the flippers right now, which is something you definitely want to save for after you get the bottle. My favorite sushi is, I love spicy stuff. I love crunchy rolls. Probably crunch rolls. And I thoroughly enjoy sushi that has crab in it. I do actually like sashimi too, so I do like raw fish. A lot of people think that sushi is raw fish in general, and that's not actually the case. Alright, let's visit here. Ah, a fairy. I will soothe your wounds and comfort your weariness. Close your eyes and relax. Now tell me where the actual good fairy fountains are. And we love your coins. Alrighty. We have made it to the hut. Before we talk to this guy, we're gonna blow that up. We got some bombs. Very nice. 50 rupees. 50 rupees. So we got 100 rupees from that, and we came to the dude we need to talk to. I am indeed Sahasrara, the village elder and descendant of 7 wise men. Oh, really, Zeake? I am surprised a young man like you is searching for the Sword of Evil's Bane. Not just anyone can use that weapon. Legends say only the hero who has won the 3 pendants can wield the sword. Do you really want to find it? Of course! Good. As a test, can you retrieve the Pendant of Courage from the East Palace? If you bring it here, I will tell you more of the legend and give you a magical artifact. Now, go forward to the palace. All right, so we're going to go to the Eastern Palace first, which we're right next to. Now, the legendary item that he gives you is totally worth it. Absolutely 100% worth it. You want to visit him the immediate moment after you complete the dungeon. I don't think you need to, in the sense that, like, I think you can skip going to him, but why would you? Is the greater question. Get out of my way. I want to say that there are... Yeah, so, alright, so we have the Eastern Palace Pendant shown up. We have the Northern Palace. I can't remember what that's... I think that's the Tower of Hera. And then we have the Desert Palace. So Eastern Palace, Desert Palace, and Tower of Hera. It's actually best to do it in the order of Eastern, then Desert, then Tower of Hera. I don't know if there's any way that you can do them out of order. I do know that in the Dark World, you can do the Dark World out of order. But most people just typically go the same route in the Dark World. Which, you know, it's because it's the reasonable route. And you have been defeated. I do want to say that there is like a bombable wall somewhere over here. Oh yeah, just mere minutes. The whole world changes for little old Link. I don't know where. We're gonna have to search for it after we do. After we do the Eastern Palace. That was not your grandpa, though. That was your uncle. All right, so entering the Eastern Palace. This place is quite interesting. I actually firmly love... Oh, howdy do, Agony Juice. I actually can't wait until the next time we get to play Demio, because I want to throw myself into making content for that game. I think that'd be fun. It would be lovely if we could get some more people on that game, because doing some VR games, I don't necessarily want to stream them, but I would like to have recordings. And yes, I enjoy my games quite well. I'm glad you are enjoying the stream, and I hope you continue to stick around. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm actually thoroughly excited for A Link to the Past, like, as a stream. I've been thinking about this game for a while, and wanting to play it, and was thinking about whether or not I wanted to do it as a stream. Oh. Be careful of the big orb. Yeah, whether or not I wanted to do it as a stream, or if I wanted to do it as a Let's Play. So I just decided to stream it, because I'm currently doing a Let's Play of Pokemon Coliseum. So, why not do this? Ah, money. Lots and lots of money. We got the rupees for days. 423. If we need 500, we're going to be awfully close to it by the end of this dungeon. That's for certain. You know, I don't even have to do this. Is there something over there? No, there's not. I'm wasting my time. All right. So this dungeon happens to give you one of my favorite dungeon items in this whole game. And that's, well, I'm not going to spoil it. We'll find out very soon. Poor skeleton. And if you corner them, they cannot get out of your way. Defeated. Alright, so you have to actually KO all of these skeletons. Before the door will open. Ooh, some arrows. We definitely need to get on some Demio or even just any VR game very soon and get some content. VR games are the best. Yeah, I love VR games. They're fun. For me, the Nintendo games are always going to be like the best, but I do have to say that like VR games are a pretty close second. I love Contractors. Playing a shooter like Call of Duty in VR, it's just so fit for it. Demio is an awesome game. I never thought I would ever get into. Oh, we got the compass, so now we can find like chests and stuff. Um, but yeah, Demio, I never thought I would get into something like Dungeons and Dragons because Dungeons and Dragons, like actual paper Dungeons and Dragons, is so abysmally boring. Like it is abysmally boring. And especially because like people are just like, well, you have to have an imagination to play the game. I shouldn't need an imagination to play my video games. And I know it's not a video game. Like the original Dungeons and Dragons is just a game, like a tabletop game. And I can see why people would think it's fun, but it's just not for me. So Demio basically scratches that itch while being a cool video game. Yeah, Doom Eternal 60% off, 67% off. It was actually like 80% off or more when I checked a couple of months ago. All right, so these little icons here is a telepathic panel in which you can talk to Sahasrara in order to know exactly what you need to do in the dungeon or whatever. Zeake, it is I, Sahasrara. I can talk to you telepathically when you touch these tiles. Here is a hint. You can use the treasure hidden in this palace to defeat armored foes. Okay, so we can't open that through there. I don't necessarily remember how to get in that area. But we will figure it out. Alright. I think we're max on arrows, which is very lovely. Yeah, I decided to take a little bit of a break from playing Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Love that game. Enjoy it thoroughly. But I wasn't exactly doing fantastic on my last couple of streams. I wasn't actually expecting me to because that game is brutally hard. Like, when people say that it's quote-unquote the Dark Souls of the SNES era, they're not kidding. And we got you cornered. Alright, so got my heart back. We got the key to the other room right over yonder. Now you can use small keys on any door, but you know, you get enough in the dungeon to go wherever you need to go, so it's not like Zelda 1 and 2, which are totally different games. You actually have limited keys, and because of it, alright, you have to kind of choose where you want to go, and you have to buy keys in that game. In both those games, I think. Well, we're not trying to get smited here. And we got the boss key. the big key. All right, so we kind of want to... I've never actually played any of the Dark Souls games because I'm not a fan of difficulty for difficulty's sake. Like, I understand that that is for some people, and it's not like I'm just quote unquote a filthy casual concerning gaming. But the thing is like I play video games for pure enjoyment and pretty much nothing else. I don't play video games for like crazy off the wall. I have to get my my rear end handed to me. Uh, didn't necessarily mean to say that. But all right, so you found the bow. You can shoot arrows until you run out. And we have a decent amount of arrows. All right, so both of these actually lead you to some interesting places that most people don't necessarily know about. We caught a fairy. We're going to keep it in a bottle. Yeah, I don't want to play games just specifically to be wrecked or, you know, to have like severe stupid challenge. I know a lot of people enjoy that, and that's fine if you enjoy that. That's not for me. All right, so we can go ahead and go down there. So, by the way, you can come back to this palace anytime you want to get fairies. Now, there are other places where fairies are easily accessible, but this is one of them. So just remember that. I didn't mean to do that. Let's take care of you guys. All right, we got the key. All right, this is the room of money. You don't want to be hit by these guys because not only do they take damage, but they also take magic from your magic meter. And then I go and get hit by them. Alrighty, so we have 544 rupees. Perfect. Didn't get hit. And that's the switch. It's not hard to exactly find the switch, that is. And there's the other switch. And defeated. So now we're going into the boss room very shortly here. This is the room of hearts and arrows. Let's wake up this guy. And he should be defeated very soon. And there we go. We now have 6 hearts and the green pendant. And we use no fairies. Awesome. So we just defeated the Armos boss. You won the Pendant of Courage. Take it to Sahasrara. 2 pendants remain. And I love this about this, is that it takes you to the beginning of the dungeon after you beat it. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out exactly what it is Sahasrara is going to be giving us. Oh, you got the Pendant of Courage? Now I will tell you more of the legend. Oh, this game is a lot of fun. Once you get used to it, it's easy, and there's ways, like if you followed what I did and got like the 5th heart and then got the fairies, the bug net, the bottles, all that stuff, like the I believe the fairies heal 8 hearts upon death. So I had no chance, like no chance of actually failing that boss fight. Um, you just have to be patient with it. It's sort of like with Super Ghouls and Ghosts. You have to be patient with it. When I see myself getting frustrated on stream because like I'm trying to talk and entertain and like have a good time while playing the game at the same time, it's quite a lot to do. Because normally when I play Super Ghouls and Ghosts, I'm pretty silent and focused, and I notice that makes a pretty big difference. But with like this game, it's the same way. It's just less difficult. You got to be patient with it. 3 or 4 generations ago, an order of knights protected the royalty of Hylia. These knights of Hyrule were also the guardians of the Pendant of Courage. Unfortunately, most of them were destroyed in the Great War against evil that took place when the 7 wise men created their seal. Among the descendants of the Knights of Hyrule, a hero must appear. I see. Zeake, I believe you should get the remaining pendants and carry this with you. This is a treasure passed down by the families of the wise men. I want you to have it. He gives you the Pegasus shoes. Now you can execute a devastating dash attack. Hold the A button for a short time. A helpful item is in the cave on the east side of Lake Hylia. Get it. Yeah, I love tortilla chips. So I agree. Alright, so the east side of Hylia. He's talking about that cave specifically right there in the center of my screen. We're going to be going and getting that pretty much as soon as possible. So let's actually go ahead and save and quit. Using this little teleport functionality, saving and quitting and starting from Zeke's house or the sanctuary. There's one other location that you can start from. We haven't made it to that location yet, so we don't have to worry about it. But, yeah, let's go ahead and turn... I don't remember how many rupees we can hold currently. Alright, we're going the wrong way. We want to go... Or, we might actually want to go get... I actually think we want to go get the flippers. I think we can get the flippers right now. So let's go ahead and try for that, shall we? Ooh, he actually hit me. I did not know you could break their little rocks that they spew with the boomerang. That's a very interesting thing to learn. So, Juice, have you never played A Link to the Past before? Yeah, this is a very awesome game of the past. Very awesome. Ooh, you know what? We can't go here. Ah, that stinks. All right, so. Oh wow, that's pretty intriguing. I would recommend it. It's a fun game. Maybe after stream it and you watch it for a little bit, it can give you an idea of whether or not you want to get the game and try it, because it's a Super Nintendo game that's pretty highly rated. It's not overrated or underrated, in my opinion. Some people will say it's overrated. They think that, well, this isn't the greatest Zelda game of all time. Well, it's not, but for what it was, it's pretty darn awesome. All right. We are going the right way. Let's use some of our dash, shall we? Yep, you want to hug the wall right there. Yeah, like I said earlier in the stream, the only thing that actually bugs me about this game is, it is really cool. The only thing that bugs me about this game is when you're low health. Like right now, I think I would have to be at like 2 hearts left, and basically it beeps. All right, this is the cave Sahasrara was talking about. You found the ice rod. It's chill magic. Blast the air, but watch your magic meter. So this ice rod is actually optional. He tells you about it only because, like, it does help. There are instances where it's actually quite fantastic to use, but it is not necessary in order to complete or beat the game. So it is optional. I always get it because it's a very cool item, and it does make one of the boss fights pretty trivial later on in the game. All right, so we need a bomb right there. Ah, a fairy cave. So this is another way that we can get to a fairy cave. Very good to know. It's been a while since I played this game, so I don't necessarily recall everything. I also have not and will not watch guides in order to play. Alright, so the best way to get out of here is just to save and quit and go to Zeke's house yet again. We actually have a couple of things we can do. Maybe the sanctuary is a better idea. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go to the sanctuary. We've got a couple of things that we can actually accomplish right now. Awesome, give me that heart. I need some of those. All right, the dash is so amazing in this game. That's why you kind of don't want to skip going back to Sahasrara. You don't necessarily even have to go speak to him. At least I'm pretty sure you don't have to, because the other pendants, the other access points are open. Well, no, you do have to speak to him, because you do need the Pegasus boots in order to open up the Desert Temple. So never mind what I'm talking about. All right, where is he? All right, you can catch this guy. I don't remember what you get for catching him, but we kind of want to catch him for whatever it's worth. And we caught him. I can't believe you caught me. With your speed, it must have been easy to kidnap Zelda. You don't look like such a bad guy, though. Anyway, because you have such quick feet, it might be a good idea to run and bash into many things. For example, the trees in this village have many useful things hanging in their branches. Well, just try it, okay? Okay, so he doesn't give me anything. Let's find a tree so we can show off this thing that he's talking about, being able to run into bash into trees. You know, would be very nice if we found one. All right, so this tree has nothing, which, you know, that's a shame. There's actually a tree in this this village that gives you like a bunch of bombs when you hit it. Maybe it's this one? No. We can go to the item shack. I believe that is right here. Yeah, the trees connected to each other like these, you don't get anything for running into those. It's only the singular, like, lone trees. All right. Well, we got some decent items. No, those are, I think those are supposed to be like cherry blossom trees, like miniature trees. I don't think, they're just there for looks. I could even show you. They look real nice, but they're not anything in particular. Where is the tree that gives a bunch of crap? Oh, this one gives a fairy. That's pretty cool. I don't know if it always gives a fairy when you run into it. It might just be like every time you visit the village. Yeah, the tree that gives you coins down here, it might give you multiple, depending on, like, I think it's random. It's all RNG based. Yeah, it does kind of suck, but it's like the trees in this village don't give you a lot of useful items like he claims. What it really is it's trying to be like a tutorial for you to know that you're supposed to go and bash into trees, because there are some trees in this game that actually do give you some really useful stuff, and there's a tree that you can open because it's a dead tree. All right, so here we get the Book of Medora. You found the Book of Medora. You can use it to read the ancient language of the Hylia. This book is required in order to open up the Desert Palace. So yeah, I was mistaken. In A Link Between Worlds... Oh yeah, I got it. Yeah, in A Link Between Worlds, you can do any dungeon in any order, both in the light and dark world. In this game, you have to do the dungeons in order in the light world. But in the dark world, I'm pretty sure you can do them in just about any order you want. Pretty sure. Okay, so let us go ahead. Yep, we actually have to beat the Desert Palace before we can get the Zora's mitts, flippers, whatever they want to be called. That being said, the reason why... Oh, there is actually an item we can get right now. You know what? I think we can get right now. So you know what we're going to do is we're going to save and quit, and we're going to go to the Sanctuary. So yeah, saving and quitting is a whole lot easier than just trying to run to each area. Unless the area is too far away, like for instance the Eastern Palace, there is nothing really close to that. I was reading chat, soldier dude. Yeah, people like doing the ice dungeon first in the Dark World just for that reason, because you can get the blue armor, which halves the damage you take. Which is fantastic. Is it necessary? 100% no. but it is fantastic. All right, so right here, the little bricks that are on top of each other like that, you can run into and break them with your dash attack. Let's see what this is. Ooh, piece of heart. Awesome. Yeah, you actually need to beat the Desert Palace in order to open up several interesting areas and like things that we're going to be able to backtrack with, because that palace. All right, here's some apples. You're dead. Those crows are really annoying. The spin attack of your sword does double damage. Yep, piece of candy. Alright, so those are bees. You can actually catch these with the bug catching net and keep a bee in a bottle. And why you would want to do that is because you can release them and they're friendly. The bees in the bottle become friendly, and they will attack and pretty much kill anything, which is pretty darn nuts. And it's a lot of fun, too. Do I think it's worth not having a fairy in one of your bottles? Not in the early game. I mean, technically, yes, because you don't necessarily need 2 fairies. It's probably more useful in the early game than later game. But I still would rather have fairies than a bee in the bottle. But it's a cool thing. It is cool. Maybe it's nothing, but this tree feels kind of strange as we cut it. Yo, Zeake, a mysterious fog has recently fallen over the forest. We have to be careful. And careful I shall be. Alright, we're going to move on over to you. Yeah, so one of the reasons why you want fairies in your bottles is because they revive you upon death. Very, very insanely useful. Alright, so yeah, one of the interesting things about this... This is it, the Master Sword! No, this can't be it. Too bad. Yeah, so there's fake Master Swords everywhere in this area. Aha! We found ourselves a little secret here. Another piece of heart. Yeah, that sounds unrealistic, but actually there are saw blades that size and bigger that are meant to be used by 2 people in order to cut down trees that are humongous. Because the trees in this game are actually fantastically large as a size comparison. Hey kid, this is a secret hideout for a gang of thieves. Don't enter without permission. By the way, I heard that one of our ex-members is staying at the entrance to the desert. You do want to talk to him because of that ex-member that's staying by the entrance to the desert. It's very important, or at least I remember it being. Yeah, so I wasn't necessarily hoping to get bees there. We are actually in the forest for a very specific reason, very important reason. There is an item in here that we can use to immediately make ourselves a new fantastic item. And that's right here. This mushroom smells like sweet rotten fruit. You can give this to anyone who wants it. Select it and press the Y button. Yep, so you know what we're going to do? Save and quit and teleport right out of here because we have nothing else we can do in the forest. The sanctuary is probably closer. Yeah, in fact, it's definitely closer to where we need to go. Which is important because we do kind of want to get things rolling, shall we? I even think there's some more, like, bustable... Yeah, see, like... These rocks right here, these lighter rocks, you can actually lift up with the power gloves, and these ones you can lift up with the Titan mitts, these darker rocks. We don't have either, and that's the reason why we can't get into that area or the other area in which we need to go to. And we're going to fall down here, shall we? This, I want to say this is, yeah, just a fairy. We'll take our healing. I think we're pretty close. No, we still need 2 more pieces of heart. We actually pretty much can get 2 more pieces of heart before we fight the next dungeon. Oh yeah, wouldn't that be wonderful if you could work things that way? Save and quit, and find yourself elsewhere. Yeah, so we need to go down. Well, I didn't necessarily mean to use the bow there, but every time you save and quit, it always starts you off at the closest item you have to the top left corner, and once you get the bow, guess what that happens to be? It is basically your best offensive tool besides the sword. Ah, we definitely would love to have some arrows. Yeah, and there's a point in this game where the bow actually becomes even more powerful than the most powerful your sword can get. But we are not anywhere near that time of the game. That is a very long ways away. Alright, so mushroom. Heh, thank you, young man. Come back to the shop later for something good. Yeah, I would actually really like it if the magic meter was restored that way, but nope. Alright, we do have to go off screen for this. So let's find ourselves going off screen. Actually, let me show you what this does. Oh, he's frozen solid. The ice rod is a lot of fun. We can't even get that rupee. I mean, we don't really need it. We've got tons of moolah. Are we capable of getting it now? Maybe it's in here. Okay, it is in here. This is magic powder. Try to sprinkle it on enemies and many other things. There is a lot of things you can do with the magic powder. It's very incredibly useful. Welcome to the magic shop. The waterfall of wishing is just ahead. And no more sign for you. Save and quit. All right. And we're going to start from my house, because that makes sense, at least to me. Yeah, you see the bow is my item chosen automatically for me. Yeah, the magic powder is really useful for a lot of things. Poor guys. See, that's not how boomerangs work in real life, but you know what? I'm not complaining. Not complaining at all. What feature? What feature is useful? Oh, that's a bomb. The green bombs are already activated. All right. Oh, you mean the save and quit feature? Um, I don't know that it's necessarily. Yeah, I don't know that it's necessarily intended to be just used and abused that way. I don't even know if you would consider that abuse, because I don't think it is. I think it's fair use, you know. But it's definitely really darn good. Like, it's something that I use all the time. Um, Even well before I've ever played this like this. Where was I supposed to go? Hmm. There was something I was going to do. I want to say there was a heart piece, but I'm blanking on it. Yeah, it's really good. Like, the save and quit feature in this game is like the bee's knees concerning travel until later on. There's actually something that replaces it that's far and away better. We will see that soon. Hello, fairy. Trying to disappear from me. Okay, we do have to go down here. Alright. You guys are getting killed. Alright, so we're going to go straight away to home, because we have 3 hearts that we can just gain immediately. Because those green soldier dudes decided that they were going to take away 3 of my heart pieces, or 3 of my hearts. No bueno. Alright, so where do I go then? Is it here? I think it's here, yeah. Alright. Why did you take my sign? It says plain as day to just leave me alone. Sheesh. You can't enter with someone following you. That is very silly. I totally forgot about that. Pay no attention to the average middle-aged man standing by the sign. Leave him alone. No, I don't think that's going to do anything. And let's go ahead and check out this little hole in the wall. Oh, another healing. I actually do wish that this healed up your magic meter as well as your health. That would be really cool. But, you know, you get what you can get. Magic is a pretty awesome resource in this game, especially later game. And you're dead. And it's kind of one of those resources that you have to be careful about, because it's easy for you to use it all and then not have any but need it. So and we got magic. There's bombs hidden in this desert. What does that make you think of? Alright, into this entrance we shall go. Aha! It is the Book of Medora with it. With it, you can read the language of the Hylia people. Yeah, you need the Book of Medora in order to open up this next dungeon. So, it's very good that I have it. And a piece of heart. We only need one more piece of heart to complete our heart currently and be at 7. We're actually going to be getting that next piece of heart in the dungeon. As you saw, there was a piece of heart on that ledge to the left. The only way you can get to that is by going through the dungeon, actually. Which is a cool thing, considering. Alright, so let's go ahead and use the Book of Medora. To open the way to go forward, make your wish here, and it will be granted. And alright, so once you do that, you are stuck. You absolutely have to go on with the Book of Medora. Maybe, I'll think about it. But one thing I do have to say is that once you get to this point, you are pretty much stuck. You have to go on, you have to do with exactly as you want to do. You could save and quit and just come back here, and then these little, I want to say, whatever the heck these creature face statues are, they will just be back in their normal position. You have to use the Book of Medora again. You never lose the Book of Medora from your inventory, so you don't have to worry about that. But as for us, unfortunately, the stream has gone on quite long, and I think this is a perfect opportunity to leave it off on a cliffhanger. I love cliffhangers. Not necessarily watching them, but I love giving them, per se. And, oh, before we go, the Book of Medora has nothing, like, it's not... It has nothing to do with false gods, per se. It's just in fact, the explanation of the book itself is just that it's a name they chose for no reason, apparently. So I just call it the Book of Medora. If it has some kind of, like, false god nonsense, I would probably bleep it out just for fun's sake and nothing more. But it's, whatever. And I want to thank you for joining me as we begin our adventure in The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. I think this is going to be a fun time. And join me next week for, well, same time, same place. Unless something happens, which usually it doesn't, but unless something happens or something crazy is going on, I'll be on the game. 3 p.m. Wednesday. Back in A Link to the Past, and we will continue our adventure off then. Please like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, all that good, glorious YouTube nonsense. And I hope you all have a great and glorious day gaming. I'm excited to see where it goes too, Agony. I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm very excited about this game. This game is a lot of fun. It gets a little bit harder in the later game, but if you take advantage of all the tools that the game gives you, you can kind of trivialize some of it. And we are going to be getting every busted thing in this game possible. I'm going to be getting all the armor, all the sword upgrades, the bow upgrade. I'm going to get absolutely everything. I'm going to bust my character, bust the game wide open, so we have the easiest chance possible. So I probably will be going to the Ice Temple as soon as possible when we enter into the Dark World, because then we'll take half damage once we get the blue mail. We only have the green mail right now, and there's even a red mail beyond that. So there's the opportunity to get yourself to the point where You have such busted equipment that most enemies just pose a non-threat to you. And it's really fun. It's really cool. I can't wait to see how it goes. We're going to get into this desert palace next time. We're going to blast on through it. I'm going to get the heart piece that's in here. We'll have 7 hearts before we even fight the boss, which is very nice. Um, and I think we get the power gloves from this desert because we do need them to progress. There's a lot of things hidden behind rocks, as we saw, that I just couldn't go to. Like for instance, the Zora's flippers. That's one thing we'll be getting after this dungeon, so that we can swim. Before then, you cannot swim. You can only walk across the light blue water that's only like foot deep, knee deep, whatever. But the other water that we would have to swim in, we can't do that until we get the Zora's flippers. So that's really exciting. That's going to be really cool. And we're going to be taking this quite a lot of places. I thank you both for joining me. It was really fun chatting with you guys, Juice and Quandary up there. I can't wait till next time. I'll see you guys later.